welcome to your last video. So this is video 3. This is the last topic that we were talking about before we left. So remembering that we can factor trinomials when a doesn't equal 1. So again, that is your leading coefficient, and this is 1, okay, which is what we see here with the 3 being in front. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm still going to follow the same process as we would do when we have a trinomial where it equals 1. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a box. Okay, and I'm going to write 3x squared. I know my first term goes on my top left, and my constant goes on the bottom right. And then they all need to add up to negative 2x, right? Okay, so that's all I can do for right now. And then I have to go ahead and create my product and sum. All right, so this is the one where it gets a little bit different. So right here, instead of having 1, I have a 3. And I'm going to multiply that 3 times the negative 15. And that's going to be my product, negative 15. And then the one thing that stays the same is I still need to find out, I need to see what number it adds up to from the middle coefficient. So here, this should be negative 2. Right? So then we go ahead and list the factors of negative 15. So I have negative 5 times positive 3. That will give me negative 15. Negative 3 times 5 will give me negative 15. You could even do negative 15 times 1, but I'm going to guarantee you that's not going to give us the answer. So let's go ahead and see what we can find with what we have so far. So I can do negative 5 plus positive 3. That gives me negative 2, so that works. Let's double check this other stuff here. So negative 3 plus 5, that gives me positive 2. That isn't what I want. And then I have negative 15 plus 1. Well, that gives me negative 14. I don't want that either. So I know that, I know that negative 5 and positive 3 are the ones that need to go here, okay? But this is going to be a little bit different and a little bit trickier. So the best way to do this is to fill in what we know. So I know 3x, right, times x will give me 3x squared. Okay, this is where you get to guess and check. You could put negative 5 here and positive 3 here. Or if that doesn't work out, then you can put 3 here. You can just switch them and put 3 on the top row and then negative 5 on the bottom. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to guess and check, and I'm just going to say, okay, I got negative 5. I'm going to put negative 5 here. I'm going to put negative 5 x there, and I'm going to put positive 3x, okay? I'm picking this randomly and guessing and checking. Okay, so then here, what times x will give me negative 5x? Well, that's negative 5. Negative 5 times what will give me negative 5? Well, that's positive 1. Okay, let's just check this last corner here. Does 3x times positive 1 give me positive 3x? Yes. So these are my factors. So that's my answer. So my first guess happened to be right. So there we go. And there are my factors. Okay. As a word of caution, making sure that you know how to be problem solvers. You can even check to make sure your binomials multiply to give you the original. So check your answer by multiplying the two binomials. Okay, so that's one way you can do that. Okay, let's see the second example. So I'm going to follow the same process. I'm going to create my box. All right. I'm going to put 5k squared there, and then my constant on the bottom, and I know these two need to add up to positive 19k. Okay, so that's all I can do for right now with my trinomial. So then I'm going to go ahead and set up my product and sum chart. And to find the product, I go ahead and multiply that leading coefficient times my constant, and I get negative 20. And then I identify my middle coefficient, which is positive 19. And so that's what I want them to add up to positive 19. So then I think of all of the wonderful options that give me negative 20. So I think negative 20 times 1, and then 20 times negative 1. I'm picking these options because one of these is going to have to work for 19. So let's go ahead and figure that out. So we know negative 20 plus 1 will give me negative 19. That's not what I want. But 20 plus negative 1 does give me negative 19. So that works. So what's going to go in these diagonals here are 20 and negative 1. Okay. So I'm going to guess and check again, so that way you all can see whether or not, or so you all can see how that looks like. Okay. So let's just say that I know 5k times k will give me 5k squared. And then let's just say I put 20. Let's say I put 20k here and then negative 1k here. Guessing and checking, right? Because that's how I saw it, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So then what times k gives me positive 20? Well, 20k? Well, that's 20k. 20k times what will give me negative 4? That doesn't seem to work. So I didn't do anything wrong. What we can do is just problem solve, and we can go ahead and just switch these. Okay, so instead of putting 20 at the top, I could put negative 1k here, and then 20k. Okay, I can just switch those. And so that way I can go ahead and see if that combination would be a better choice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so here, what times k gives me negative 1k? Well, negative 1. Negative 1 times what will give me negative 4? Well, positive 4. That seemed to work out a little bit better. So let me check my last corner. Does 5k times positive 4 give me 20k? Yes. So these are my factors. So my final answer is 5k minus 1, and then k plus 4. All right. Well, so again, this is the one where you have to kind of guess and check the positioning. So these do matter, but as long as you get the factors correct, then switching them and guessing and checking will become easier over time. All right. We are going to not do this problem. We will save that for next time. Instead, what I want you to do is same like your other videos. I want you to go ahead and write your answer in for this using your box method, and then selecting your answer, and then moving on to your final Delta Math practice for video 3. And that's it. All right, bye.